3. You don't. 1, 2, 3.
Let go around it.
Gotta reset now.
Welcome to Have a Listen, the podcast.
Passes off. Bruin had to cover the net and go around it. All the way back and he's got the half pitch. Pull out of Crush. Here's a shot. Oh, save by Price. Come out of the rebound.
The 15th overall selection, the Montreal Canadiens select from the U.S. National Development Program, Cole Caulfield.
Okay. Welcome to the show. It's your boy Lewis.
It's your boy Gibby.
It's your boy Vinny.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, people?
It's like you know, they say it's like riding a bike, but it's been so long, boys. I think we forgot how to podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
A lot of technical difficulties.
A lot.
Boys, how you feeling? In general.
I feel good.
I feel good.
Just got my
Feel good?
vaccine. Yeah, I just got my vaccine, my second dose Sunday. Feeling kind of rough. Sweating up a little bit.
You said you feel good. Now
yeah,
you feel rough.
now I'm starting to feel it. Like I feel good other than the fact that like I'm getting the symptoms from the vaccine and shit like that, but
Yeah. Vincenzo?
Well, dude, listen, it's been a shit show since the Habs got eliminated, right? Like, I just can't go online anymore. I can't talk to people anymore. Nobody's able to have a normal discussion. So, whatever.
But
man.
is it that no one's able to have a normal discussion, or that like when we have discussions now, we're just too triggered, it's too soon, we can't speak about it yet?
I mean, I think you're right. I had a hard time with the whole Price thing. I still think he's going to stay and watch this bite me in the ass afterwards, but like once we find out tomorrow. But just the idea of losing that guy, I know as far as like your cap and what he represents on the cap is something we're going to talk about later. But my Lord, I mean, what a great human being he is, and that's why I, like him as a player. And I'd hate to lose somebody like that, but I'm a little triggered.
And I was just gonna say, because listening to our intro, you got Shea Weber, Carey Price in there.
Yeah.
You know what I
Recording
mean?
in progress.
Like,
we just missed the whole front.
it's been a while, boys.
So we didn't record the first part of the show.
Just give her.
you want to go back to
No,
I can
just-
play?
Yes.
Huh? Just keep
Start
it going.
over. Here you go.
Just-
Recording in progress. Okay, there. But I was just gonna say our intro.
Yeah.
That like Weber's in there, Price is in there. Fuck, I'm gonna need to definitely make a new intro if people's fears come to fruition or come to life here. Besides that, I mean, yeah. Listen, I think at the end of the day, we got to be proud of the team. We definitely performed well, overaccomplished in some eyes, but maybe, did exactly what we were supposed to do in other people's eyes. I mean, I thought at the beginning of the year, that's what that team could do, and they ended up doing it. There were some bumps in the road, and then, we just met a team that was just too hard to beat. The goalie was amazing. And I'm not even going to make excuses about cap this and cap that, but the cap, not just joking, forget the cap. But yeah, man, they were just superior. They were.
Vasi was great for sure. I'm not going to take that away from him, but yeah, listen. I got triggered when I saw Dusharov on. He was on a boat and he had the
Yeah.
T-shirt that says 18
Yeah.
million over the cap. Like, you know,
Yeah, and he should be fined for that.
He's an
Don't you think?
asshole.
Like,
If
I'm
he was-
surprised that NHL did not fine him for that.
dude, if he was a Canadian, not only would he get fined, but he would get suspended for the following season.
Bro, and that's the thing too, is the NHL loves the fact that Tampa Bay won twice in a row. Because that was an area, Florida, a struggling market, something that they want to bring more hockey fans to.
Yeah.
And that I feel like they get special privilege, I guess you would say, or whatever it is. But like, I don't know. I didn't like that either. I saw what you were talking about. I didn't like that, and I thought that should have got a fine.
Yeah, it should have. And Gibby, we've talked about this before. We never used the circumvention of the cap as an excuse as to why Tampa won, because I always say excuses are for losers. But now that we're sort of
but we can use excuses because we lost, right? So technically we're losers. So if excuses are for losers, then yeah, let's use them because we're losers.
It's not against the rules, boys. It's fucking
And yeah,
shit,
we're
but it's
playing
not against
within the rules if that is the rule, right?
Dusharov.
It's been hectic for me, boys. I've been fucking all over the place. Sold my house. I'm in a friend's house waiting for my new house. And I think it was better for me being here just because I didn't really have to face the loss head on with the fans and everyone. I've been a little bit disconnected when it comes to that because nobody really gives a shit about the Habs down here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it hurt. It really hurt.
I wasn't really that upset, to be honest. Like, obviously I was bothered and whatever, but like, I mean, let's be real. Tampa's a different beast.
They are, and we'll talk a little bit more about that soon. But let's get into a little bit of news stories first. Vincenzo,
Yes,
a
sir.
pair of Idaho men teamed up to break a Guinness World Record by passing a giant inflatable ball between them 356 times in 3 minutes. So this is pretty much a beach ball, back and forth, 356 times in 3 minutes. Again, I picked this one out because I think we can do it.
We probably could, but you'd have to get used to touching each other's peckers, because I'm sure that happens once in a while.
But Gibby, come on. You don't think we can do this?
So you're passing the ball. Why is he talking about peckers? I'm confused. That just fucked me up.
So what I understand is that you have the ball in between your legs, and then you're just passing it on to the other guy.
No. You're catching.
Okay.
That's why I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
They're catching. Okay, so fuck the peckers. Mind you, some people are very well.
I think
endowed.
Vinny just wants to touch peckers. That's all I ask.
Don't tell anybody, man.
I think is something that we can accomplish. I don't know.
So we're just passing it how many times?
You got to do it 356 times in 3 minutes.
3 minutes. That's a lot, man.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Back and forth. You can't miss.
In 3 minutes?
Yeah.
That's like 120 something passes a minute.
I think they got to check their fingers for pine tar, though. That is the real,
And that's the thing. Like, what's considered a catch, right? You know what I mean? Like,
well,
do you have to, like...
if it doesn't hit the floor, that's a catch.
No, but, like, what if I just volley it back and forth to each other? Like, is that a catch?
Oh, true. See? True. Again, I'm searching far and wide for that Guinness World Record regulation, the regulation committee or some shit like that to just come in here and explain the actual rules. But what do you guys think? Some claps for them or no?
Yeah, we'll give them claps for now until we talk to the regulations committee.
All right. A pair of British skydiving instructors set a Guinness World Record when they managed to slap 32 high fives and low fives while plunging down to the earth. So that they did 32 high fives, low fives as they were skydiving and plunging down to the earth.
That's impressive.
Has there
That's
been has there been a anybody else that's done that before? Or
No, I don't think so. That's
No?
And if they did, they didn't do it 32 times. So
that is impressive. I think.
All
That's
right,
your
we'll give it
winner
to him.
again, yeah.
Winner, gagnant.
I'll tell you one thing. I want to skydive one day, hopefully, if I can, muster up
I don't
the
know
courage.
if I could to muster.
But
the courage.
I don't know if I can do fucking high fives and low fives while I'm plunging to the earth.
I don't. I. There's nothing in me that says get in a plane and jump out.
No?
Yeah, no, it's rough. It's rough, but I mean, I don't know if I could do it. I really don't know if I can.
I might, I can jump in a plane, maybe fly it into something, but jumping
Yeah,
out,
like I'm terrible with even with fucking roller coasters. Like roller coaster, I get all fucked up. So skydiving
Really?
might be rough. Oh yeah,
you're not a roller coaster guy?
No, I love roller coasters, but I hate the like the climb. Like I get all fucked
It's
up.
the climb.
I love the climb. You know what I hate? It's that drop. Because we went to Canada's Wonderland last week.
Yeah, you and the kids.
And
when your nuts are in your throat.
oh, dude. You know what? I can't do anything spinny. Like you'll laugh at me. Like put me on one of those.
I can't either.
Those cup things. I'm gonna get like really sick. But put me on a coaster.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Spinny shit too, but yo, bumper cars are OG.
They're still there. I remember those like when I went.
Bumper
last time,
cars
it was
are
like,
OG.
They are.
I love
yeah,
bumper
they are.
cars.
Yeah.
So how did it work, Vinny? You had to wear a mask the whole time, or what?
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty brutal because when you're in line and it was really hot, right? So we had to have masks because you couldn't really social distance. But when you were walking in the park, you could remove the mask. It's no problem.
That's not bad. So like more when you're in line and when you're on the roller coasters.
Yeah, they believe it or not, which I didn't understand why, but they wanted us to wear masks on the roller coaster when it's just like a 2-seater and it's me and my kid. So
It's
like,
that
doesn't make sense.
the downwind of the mat. Like if I yell and a little Delta variant comes out
Spittle?
of my mouth, someone catches it, type of thing. You know what I mean? It's science, motherfucker.
you know what? You could be right. You could be
No,
right.
that's
what it
exact.
is.
They actually explained it. Like I saw it.
Why didn't they put up
explained it.
some of those plastic fucking?
Dude, do you actually think spittle goes that fast? Like, come on.
I don't know.
I
They
went
just-
to
that's what
listen,
they
I went
said.
to Six Flags. And no mask.
Yeah, but you're in the States. It's a different breed. Look at
USA.
Yeah, but look at you guys. You guys are a shithole right now.
Yeah.
Cases
Allegedly.
are going
That's
back
what-
up.
That's only what they tell you guys to scare you into getting the vaccine. Oh, we're fine here.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the CDC, are they backpedaling yet on the mask thing?
Not yet. Not here. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Not yet. Certain like I think California is, but New York not yet, and New Jersey. So we'll see. Blue Jays coming back to Toronto,
Yeah, I'm trying to get tickets so bad.
July 30th.
I go on Ticketmaster every day to try and get them.
Get it done. Yeah, I'm. Come on, man, that's great. But some of the players were talking, saying, "Fuck, moving to 3 different stadiums in 1 year is a little bit fucked up."
That's
But,
crazy, right?
I'm
Yeah.
just happy that live sports or whatever, Blue Jays are coming back home. That's a big thing. Speaking of baseball here, a fan from close to here received a lifetime ban for throwing a ball at Red Sox player Verdugo. This was at Yankee Stadium. So obviously rivalry game.
Yeah.
Verdugo's the outfielder. He threw a ball at him.
People are stupid, man. Like
Verdugo
honestly,
went nuts, wanted to kill him.
no kidding.
And I've had the privilege of going to the Red Sox versus Yankees at Yankee Stadium, so rivalry game, and it's pretty intense, man. They hate each other. They do not like each other. It is a crazy rivalry. It's not like Toronto, like we're just too nice, but
Mhm.
those two really, they got to hate for each other. So that might have sparked it even more.
Yeah.
Hockey news here: Islanders dealt Andrew Ladd to Arizona with a 60th overall pick in the upcoming NHL draft for a conditional second in 2022 and a conditional third in 2023.
Yeah, but Philly exposed them, right?
So he got traded to Arizona now.
Oh,
yeah,
Arizona.
from the Islanders.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was going to Philly. My bad.
But yeah, Arizona didn't protect him.
Right.
The return was nothing.
Yeah.
I don't
they're hoping
I don't understand. Like,
it might be a sacrificial lamb. Give up a couple picks.
yeah, but
the
return was literally no return.
no return.
Yeah.
So like it was Andrew Ladd plus all those picks for nothing. They just gave it away.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're complaining that Seattle might select Price and then trade Price back to us so that they can
and
retain.
they're saying no.
Like, that's fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
And like that's not even
I don't agree with
that's
that.
not even because I'm a Habs fan. Like, if that happened in any other team, if that was an option for any other team, and that was nixed, it's fucking horseshit because it's like it's technically not against the CBA to do that. They said it's not a part of the expansion rules, but it's not. There's nothing against it. But sending a guy for free with no picks.
What they want, but they want guys to they want the Kraken to be competitive. Like,
of course.
They really do. So they're trying to they're not trying to. They're literally not allowing other GMs to protect their own teams as much as they could.
I'm sorry to say, but there's a huge Canada bias, like huge Canada bias.
Oh yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm sorry. Like,
that is just that's been known.
That motherfucker, when he started, it was a 93, and I'm talking about Bettman. I'm gonna fucking shit on him this whole episode. That motherfucker, fucking shrimp asshole. All right. He was there when the Canadians won the cup in 93. And I'm sure when he went into the bathroom to take a piss after he handed the cup, he said, "Not under my watch, never going to happen again." And 28 years, no fucking team in Canada has won a cup. Come close, but it's never happened.
I agree, man.
Fuck that midget
that
prick.
I agree with. Ending it here, the Predators sent defenseman Ryan Ellis to the Flyers for forward Nolan Patrick, Philip Myers, and they say that then it was flipped. So Nolan Patrick then got traded to the Golden Knights for Cody Glass. Interesting.
That's crazy how Vegas has traded, 3 of their first, since joining the NHL, they've traded all their first rounders.
Cody Glass was a pretty good player.
He's a good prospect still.
But Nolan Patrick, man, he hasn't developed
Injuries.
into what he was expected to be.
Yeah, he's had injuries. He's had some concussions. He's had
They see something. Yeah, they see something in him.
Maybe a change of scenery will help with the injuries. I don't know.
Could that very much could. Today's song of the day is by MC Hammer, and it's titled "It's All Good," because Habs fans, it's all good. We had a great run until next year. Was a tough season, but just remember, it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. Y'all ready for this? It's all good. It's all good. Y'all ready for this? It's all good. Now this ain't the name calling game. See, I can refrain from using that to get pain, since I'm known to create the kind of beat to make your rum shake. Records are break, but now I set the record straight.
They thought you was a sellout.
I'm selling out tours, cause selling CDs, I'm the one in B. You wanna beat the G? I put you like heroes in the backseat of my caddy. You'll be calling me Hammer Daddy. I work you like a slave, don't misbehave, and you are gonna pay back some other my brother. So hit the street corner, time to play your dues, since I refuse to forget that all right. You talk tough, but face to face, you just trick club. They put me in the mix, too legit to quit. I came with a long list of it, and in the future you'll find me on the billboard. I owe the floor of the Simon Steven Music Awards, and it's all good. It's all good. Y'all ready for this? It's all
Bam, 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 bam.
It's all good. Habs fans.
I was expecting Can't Touch This. I really
who?
was, because of
By
Carey.
MC Hammer?
Yeah, because
you
can't touch Carey Price.
I can't say that though. Can't say
Yeah, we
that.
don't know. You don't want to jinx
We
it.
don't know. Yeah, we don't.
That was a good. That was a good
Vinny,
song.
Vinny, we all know you love to jinx shit.
Damn straight.
All right, don't
You
fucking jinx.
jinxed. You single-handedly jinxed the Anaheim Ducks' entire season
I did that.
The whole season,
because you said
No.
they were going to win the cup, and they fucking came in bottom 5.
Yeah.
the whole season.
I love it.
Oh man. So let's start here, guys. Obviously, let's do a quick review on the Habs exit and our playoff run. Let's start there, Gibby. Hey, it was a fucking good run. It sucks. It's bittersweet, but a lot more positives than negatives here.
For sure. Let's be realistic. We didn't expect to be there. We didn't expect to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. The entire team just played really well. I mean, kudos to Ducharme. He coached really well, and it's funny. I said in the beginning, what's gonna save Ducharme's job? I said, I don't know, fucking making it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and fucking guy made
I
it.
think you said win the. I thought.
Did I?
I thought you said win the cup. I
Okay,
think you
whatever.
said win the cup.
Whatever. So he
But he won. He won a cup,
Which
right?
cup?
The conference final cup, right? Whatever
the
you call it.
Clarence Campbell, whatever. Overall, I thought it was a good playoffs. Not a lot of people liked the style that the Habs played. Obviously, it was like the defensive style game, and then win by scoring 2 or 3 goals. But yeah, kudos to Deneau. He had a great shutdown playoffs. Suzuki looked really good. Caulfield looked really good. Price obviously was the fucking man as per usual. Our top 4D were great. I felt like we were all around. We're just really good. We really came into our own in the playoffs, and unfortunately, we came up a little bit short. But yeah, I felt like overall it was a good playoffs. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. It was a really good run. I finally washed my clothing because from the beginning of the playoffs, I was wearing, I don't know what superstitions you guys had, but I had the same shorts and same shirt the entire playoffs. Did not wash them. It's kind of gross.
Had
Not me.
socks.
Not me.
For-
Didn't do any of that.
No?
No.
See, for me, for my superstitions, was the clothes thing. Every game 1, I ordered pizza and wings, and then I sat in the same spot on my couch, and my dog was in the same spot every single time.
Okay. That's good. Usually I'm superstitious. I really didn't follow any this season. Maybe that's why we lost. I don't know. But Vincenzo.
So what can I say about the playoffs, man? They exceeded my expectations, I think, with a lot of people. My Stanley Cup, I've said it many times, and now people use it to troll me, but it was against Toronto. When we beat Toronto, especially living here, it was an amazing it was an amazing feeling, especially being down 3-1. And yes, Leaf fans, I would actually put up a banner at the Bell Center saying we beat Toronto. We were down 3-1. We beat Toronto 2021. I would do it because that's how much it meant to me. Because had it gone the other way, we would never hear the end of it. Never. I found they played so well, lights out in every series. They were in it all the time. Tampa, it showed that Tampa was a better team. You saw it, on paper.
Illegally.
Illegally. But all in all, look, you can't complain about the year. About the playoffs. They went to the Stanley Cup finals, and anybody who wants to say or diminish that, you're being silly. You're being silly. The team deserved to get there, even if they got in because they were in a crappy division. Once they got in, they took their assignments to heart, and even Ducharme did a great job behind the bench. Luke Richardson as well. When Ducharme had the COVID protocol. So kudos to the team. I hope we get to keep a core of this nucleus going, or the core going forward, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree a lot with what both you guys said. And yeah, it was a great run, man. And we touched on it in the beginning of the show a little bit. Like this in the beginning of the year, I thought that this is what this team could be. The season went fucking weird. We ended up, fucking limping our way to the playoffs. But then they really showed what they could be, which is Carey Price being fantastic, big, strong physical defense, and an efficient offense. Not enough firepower to get it done. It showed in the finals. We had enough skill to compete, but not enough to get it done. That, I think, was the big difference. Tampa just found a way to fucking beat us. They were the better team. That is, given. And Vasilevsky was the better goalie, and not saying that Price was bad. He wasn't. It was just Vasilevsky was that good. And
Price could have been playing injured too, right?
And that's the thing too. A team like the Habs too is, we're not the youngest team, especially on the back end, and the way they played, that allowed, when they got there, those guys were fucking done. Even Danault had to play a lot of fucking shutdown hockey. And that took a lot out of him. And how much did he really have at the end? He still was great at the end, but at the same time is like when you're a team like the Habs, the style that we were playing, like Gibby was saying that, what we received criticism on, that catches up to you. And then, eventually the cream will rise to the top. Right. And we didn't, we sunk to the bottom.
Yeah. I think Price, games 1 and 2 definitely would have loved to have some of those goals back, but other than that, like, you can't really fault him. He's not nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Like he played an awesome playoffs. So other than that, like,
awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think that was if there's
spectacular. Fucking. There's no fucking words to even describe how amazing he played.
Yeah. If there is any criticism for Price, it'd probably be games 1 and 2 against Tampa. Other than that, I felt like he played an absolute match.
Just not his fault.
No, of course not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there was, I'd say, in games 1 and 2, there's probably 3 goals that he probably wants back.
Yeah,
for sure.
Much.
But the problem is he did so much to get the team there. Eventually, the team needs to bail his ass out, and they just didn't. They depended on him too much. That's a lot of pressure, and it just didn't work out. I don't like the Habs had a good game, maybe 1 or 2 good games in that series, but still lost. So
yeah, they lost the 5th game 1-0. And is that Price's fault? No.
And that's the thing. Vasilevsky was that good.
Yeah.
And the Tampa Bay Lightning, at times just scored timely goals, and that's what good teams do, and because you're so focused on shutting down the star power that they have, those other guys just sneak away and score big goals, and that's pretty much what sealed the deal for them. And it like I said, it's sad, man, to go all the way there. Sometimes you're happier losing in the first round, right, Leaf fan? No, maybe they'll say they are
champions of the North.
But yeah, that's just fucking way the cookie crumbles. It's the fucking way she goes, boys.
Way she goes.
Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't, but that's the fucking way she goes. Moving on here, Ducharme. So, like, we touched on it a little bit. You two need to speak on this because you two were the most critical on Ducharme. Gibby said he needed to win the cup or win a cup. Vinny said, fucking send him to the ECHL. I don't know what you said, but he did. So he got extended. Does he deserve it? Do you think that he's doing the right thing? And also touch on losing Bouchard too.
Yeah. I'm Ducharme coached the playoffs very well. I feel like it took him a very long time to finally put together a good lineup like throughout. Still kind of questioning a couple of his moves that he does here and there. But I mean, he earned the extension. He earned his to remove the interim tag and become the full-time coach. The guys seem to like him a lot. They really apparently he's like a really humble guy, down-to-earth guy. A lot of people like him. And actually, Dale Weiss was talking about it on Habs Tonight. I'm going to touch on Bouchard. He said that Bouchard isn't exactly a coach that he would want around the young guys. He's a little bit of a prick, and he's a totally different guy when it comes to the media portion of things, like when he talks to the media. But yeah, like, I mean, it sucks. I thought Bouchard was a good coach, but at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. Bouchard isn't exactly like a Brent Burns, a Pat Burns kind of guy. He's not wrong Burns. Rest in peace to Pat Burns, by the way. But yeah, he's still a fucking AHL coach. You know what I mean? Like, he had a better opportunity in Anaheim, obviously with help me out here. Who the fuck? Dallas Eakins or whatever the fuck his name is. The coach in Dallas, or Jesus, the coach in Anaheim. He might get promoted quicker than he felt in Montreal. So it is what it is. I'm not too upset. I mean,
if Dallas Eakins is coaching in Dallas, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
One day it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think losing Bouchard's not a big deal. We still have Ducharme. We still have a good supporting cast around Ducharme as well.
So yeah, you say that about Dale Weiss. Dale Weiss had a lot of things to say about his on his way out. But you know, the thing is all respect to Dale Weiss and everything. But you know, a player like him, is he expected to be treated a certain way, but his performance just didn't back it up, especially down the stretch there. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, you know, he was a heart and soul kind of guy. He did a lot of good things for our team. I love the guy when it was his time, but we wanted his ass out the door. And I'm sure guys like Bouchard and everybody in the organization kind of saw that too. So that's just all I got to say about Dale Weiss. Is like, fucking really, does his opinion really matter that much?
No, it's not that it doesn't matter or anything. And obviously we're going to let Vinny touch on the Ducharme and Bouchard thing too. But quickly though, like, obviously Dale Weiss wasn't exactly a 40 goal scorer or whatever, you know what I mean? But he still saw what was going on with Bouchard. And he personally, from his opinion, felt like the coaching style of Bouchard behind the media and away from the media wasn't exactly beneficial for prospects. Take it with a grain of salt. I thought they were doing well.
Well, look at this season. I mean, Dale Weiss wasn't there, and they did fantastic.
Shut the fuck up.
It's ridiculous.
Just saying. But Vincenzo.
Yeah, so I mean, I was the biggest critic of Ducharme, I think, out of all three of us. I said he should be in the East AHL. I said, you know, a lot of people, one person in particular who unfollowed me twice, by the way, because I don't.
At them.
No.
Yeah, mention them right now.
No,
let's do it.
Was it Dale Weiss?
No, not Dale Weiss.
I think I know who it was.
It's a type of person that
I already know who it was. Don't even explain it.
No, but to our audience, right? It's like you can never say anything bad about your team. Can't criticize them. Can't say anything, because the minute you do, you're not a fan. Don't tell people how to be fans. Okay, that's for another day. But I was and I owned up to it. I know I made a mistake with Ducharme. I didn't see him play like coach in the East Coast. I had no idea who this guy was before he came up to the Habs. A lot of people didn't. What I saw was Claude Julien number 2, okay, with nicer hair. That's what I saw when he came up. That's it. And he, at the beginning, he didn't enthrall me. What I saw in the playoffs was that, okay, so this is the guy that people said, you know, was gonna shine. And yes, you know, I took back what I said. I said I was wrong, and I think he deserves the extension, especially everything he had to go through with the COVID and having to coach behind, the screen of an iPad as well. It's the guy did a lot in the playoffs where it mattered. So definitely deserves it. As far as Bouchard, I mean, people anointed this guy a star right away. Same thing what happened. What was that guy? Guy Boucher? Everyone, Guy Boucher is the face of the franchise. This is what we always heard about Guy Boucher. And what's he doing? He's still some meme, some GIF, when they showed the freaking trap. Was it against Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Where he was coach. Yeah. So I mean, guys, let him prove himself in the NHL, and then we'll talk about it. I have nothing more to say about Bouchard. I've learned to keep my mouth shut with coaches, especially. Let's give him a chance to
Yeah, I wasn't as far as Ducharme goes. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of his for a while. I'm not gonna say that I'm still I'm a huge fan of his. I don't really see him as a difference maker as of yet. But at the same time, I think that, the run that the team had was enough for him to get another look. So that I'm cool with, but I'm not totally fucking excited about it or anything. But at the same time, I'm cool with it. For Ducharme. Now, Bouchard, yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys. People prop up these coaches before they even do anything.
Yeah.
They like these hard-nosed guys or whatever it is. And okay, you fucking took, you made, you didn't even take them to the playoffs because it was a non-playoff year, but they had a decent season. There's a lot of young prospects who spoke well on Bouchard and his style. That's why I would rather take their word over a guy like Dale Weiss. No offense to him. Like I said, Dutch Gretzky loved the guy when he had his time. But a guy who was on his way out like Dale Weiss, it's easy for him to get the cold shoulder and be treated like shit. He thought he deserved more playing time when he was with the big squad, when all of us knew that he didn't. He was done and he couldn't even see it. Sometimes when people can't even see that they're done in their own eyes, how can you take that opinion as right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But no offense to them. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think he was good for prospects. I do. Do I think that now the whole farm system's going to go to shit because he signed somewhere else? No, I feel like he probably felt like he deserved a promotion, and because he wasn't getting it, said, I'm going to take an opportunity somewhere else because hometown is not what he was looking for. He was looking for a promotion. Maybe he thinks that he's more qualified than the guys who are there right now, like Ducharme, etc. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's just business. Yeah. That shit happens. I'm cool with it. We can move on from that. You know what I mean? And they already signed another guy. Do you know the
Pierre Houle or some shit?
Yeah. And
or Houle, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I think he coached Xavier Ouellet when he was.
That's huge.
And Xavier Ouellet is the fucking face of Laval.
So it's Jean-François Houle or Houle. I don't know.
So is that Houle? Is that what's his face's son? Jean Houle's son?
No, we don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
I like the way you say Xavier Ouellet, because when you say it that way, it sounds like I have your wallet, or I save your wallet.
Yeah,
I save your wallet.
He is.
I save your wallet. What?
He is. I
didn't lose my wallet. He's what?
He is his son.
Ah,
yeah.
See.
Yeah.
And
how do you pronounce it? Regin.
Jean.
Jean-François?
Yeah, Jean-François.
Okay. All right.
Enough.
Deneau, another French guy. We do know if he's coming back.
We don't know if he's coming back.
Oh, he's not coming back.
How do you guys feel on this situation?
Situation.
Well, I mean, I think I think he's asking for too much, man. Like again, he's proven in the playoffs, man. You need guys like him. I mean, the guy was a workhorse, and
Is this
he was
another
a big.
case of paying somebody based off of what they've done compared to what we expect them to do, right? Gibby, you've been critical about that in the past, right? Paying people off of what they've done versus what they can sustain or what they can continue to do. And maybe the Habs are finally getting it right with Danault,
I don't
right?
know.
How do you feel?
Well, what was I don't know if Vinny was done even talking.
Sorry,
about.
go ahead.
No, no, I'm just. I mean, at the money that he wants to make in the term that he wants, allegedly, um, it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense to spend that much money on a player that again is it's one dimensional. We complain about one dimensional forwards, right? All they do is score, but they can't back check, right? This guy is one dimensional. He can back check. He can stop, shut down lines, but ask him to put a puck in a net. My grandmother probably has a better shot of scoring a goal from her with her walker. So I feel, look, sometimes if you really believe in your team, you believe in the fact, look, this team went to the finals. I'm in my hometown. I'm playing for my childhood team. Man, you make it work, man. And then you got guys like McKinnon who are like, I'm willing to take a pay cut so we can do well here. It's two different types of guys. I mean, I'm not criticizing that. He can do what he wants. I mean, money is money, right? But it just goes to show the difference in character there. And at the end of the day, it'll be a loss, but we can hopefully replace a person like that because there's a lot of good shutdown people in the NHL.
Sorry, my mom just sent me. I don't know if you got it as well, Louis. I think she texted you as well. She sent it's a photoshopped photo of Price in Seattle Kraken gear, and she just said, "Please don't go away." Yeah. So
I saw that today.
Oh, my mom texted you too?
No, she's no.
No. In terms of Danault. In terms of Danault, we spoke about it. You never pay a guy on what you expect him to be. You just don't do that. You look at a guy like Mitch Marner, who is a perfect example. There's so many examples, not just Mitch Marner. There's just so many examples. Like, let's be realistic. Let's call a spade here. Danault is a 40-point guy, shutdown guy on a good season. That's what he's going to put up, is about 40 points. Mm-hmm. He's a third-line center. Third-line centers make between 3.5 to around, I'd say, 4.75. Danault's looking at 5.5. Like, it's too much. I'm not giving him that kind of money. And the rumor is that he's getting a 6 or 7 year term. Like, no chance in hell I want that. There's no way. He's never going to be an offensive guy. So I'm not touching that. And you know what? It's a blessing in disguise. And I think it's a good thing that we're getting rid of a guy like Danault. Loved him. Felt like he did a lot for us. Let's be realistic. In the first round, he did a great job shutting down Matthews and Marner. But let's be realistic here. With him out, it gives a guy like Evans, it gives a guy like possibly Poehling, if Poehling performs in training camp and does well and can bring whatever he had from Laval to the NHL, gives them extra minutes. It gives the young guys an extra boost at being potentially third, fourth line centers and giving extra minutes. And it gives a guy like Suzuki extra minutes. It just, all the centers from top to bottom, gives them extra minutes. And those guys that I just named, I feel have a little bit more offensive game to them. I feel like Poehling has a lot of more offensive game to him than Danault does.
And that's a great point. That's where I was going to go with this, is that I think that Danault was great. He did what he had to do. We leaned on him a lot, but in order for us to move forward with the guys we have, like Poehling, Kotkaniemi, Suzuki, Evans, you need to eliminate Danault. in the equation.
Especially at
Either
that cap
that
hit.
or you need to eliminate him. If you're not going to go with the whole young thing, you need to upgrade on him. Either eliminate him or upgrade. That's the only two options here, because if you keep holding on to him, he's hit his ceiling. We know what he is. He hasn't taken us over the top. Maybe it's a different discussion if we win the cup. Maybe he gets the contract. But I do think that the Habs are headed in a different direction, where I think we've gotten all we can get from Danault. There's no more we can get from him. And obviously it wasn't enough.
He didn't want a third. He didn't want a third pairing, not third pairing, a third line role, right? He wanted to be the top two lines, right?
And it's not even. It's not only about that. It's about we can't afford to. We know what we need to do, and we can't afford to pay you this amount for this amount of years if we want to be upper echelon in the NHL. We need more out of our centers.
Just to that argument, though, like, I think we learned this year that there's no such thing as a first line, second line, third line, fourth line, because they're all good NHL players, right? I mean, and we've seen some fourth lines that have it's all the third liners and fourth liners that won the cup for Florida.
But Danault was our first liner.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't that distinction doesn't matter anymore. You understand? Well, I'm a first line player, dude. They're all good. You guys perform. You're gonna get more. You're gonna get more ice time. You don't get ice time because you're first line. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
I think it's a moot point.
Now this ties into the future of Price and Weber too, because is this the end of an era? I mean, it seems like something is cooking in Habs land when it comes to, you're hearing Weber is probably going to be on LTIR for the whole season. You're hearing Price waived his no movement, could be out the door or injured for a certain amount of time. Danault gone. Like, what's going on? Like, maybe this is the turn of something, right? Like, are the Habs looking to move in a different direction now, right? Like, people have always said, if the Habs are going to hit that button, there's certain players that need to be out of the picture. So where do you see the Habs in their future, especially with Shea Weber and Carey Price? Do you see them in the future?
Sorry, my dog's a dumb dick and broke one of her toys and had fluff all over her mouth, and she was going nuts. I mean, Shea Weber, I think, could possibly have played his last game in the NHL. I think Carey Price, that question is a wait and see. I mean, do I want to see Carey Price go? Fuck no. He's been my favorite player on the Habs since I could remember. I mean, if there's obviously a positive to, and again, like Vinny says, don't tell me how to be a fan. I'm looking at it from different angles. I always try and find the silver lining in things. If Price does get claimed, I mean, we have a shit ton of cap, and it's with that cap, there's millions of options and routes that you can go to help perform and help improve the team. I mean, with that much cap, with this flat cap as well, and a lot of teams strapped around the cap, there's some good-looking players out there that could be offer sheeted again.
Yeah, I saw some of them today.
I mean, there's Anthony Beauvillier, Elias Pettersson. Yeah. There's a few guys around that are RFAs right now, and Bergevin could target.
I don't know if I like the hostile takeover strategy. I don't know if it ever works. So,
what do you mean the hostile takeover?
Offer sheeting.
But it's part of the game, man.
Yeah, but I think it rarely works, and all it does, look, I mean, it just causes bad blood, right?
But I don't really think it does, though. Like, you look at when they offer sheeted Aho.
Mm-hmm.
Bergevin was still making trades. Bergevin was still making deals, right? So It's not like
Yeah.
I
And
don't.
allegedly they said he was blackballed.
Yeah, I don't see the whole blackballed thing. Maybe with a guy, if Aho were to sign and wasn't matched, maybe we'd see a different route with regards to how Carolina would be with Bergevin. But I mean, there's so many options. I'm still on the end of I don't think Carey Price gets claimed by Seattle just because of the injuries. Carey Price, let me be clear here. I'm not going to say that Carey Price's contract or Carey Price doesn't earn his money. I think he's worth every penny. But in a salary cap, flat cap era for the next 3-4 years, that cap does not look good for any team. So does Seattle want to touch that? I don't think so. And plus, there's so many other goalies that are available that are younger.
And it really depends what route they want to take. If they want to go younger on the forward and defensive side, then maybe they could take a risk on a older goalie with a higher cap because they do need to reach the cap floor.
Yeah.
Vinny, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so Shea Weber, I'm not ready to say it's his last game. I think he's going to be on the LTIR, and they're going to pull a Tampa. I think Bergevin, one of the things that I've learned about him is that
Shea Weber's going to show up for the playoffs.
Yeah, is that he's a prankster, but he pushes buttons. Okay, that's why people don't like. Some people don't like him is because he pushes buttons. And honestly, I love that fire in him because that's exactly something I would do. Oh, they can get away with it. Okay, well, that's fine. Shea, you're on long term. You know, we're gonna get you back a week before the playoffs. But Carey, I mean, look at. I don't even think he saw his doctors yet. I would think if Seattle approached him, it would be to get a face for their franchise, okay? Which that alone, they'd make money in like in all the merchandising that comes along with it. But realistically, if you don't know if this player is going to play for you and he's going to, going to put him on LTIR, I'm not sure I'm taking that risk when there's so many good goaltenders out there as well that you can go out and get. I don't want to lose Price. And again, play devil's advocate. I know his salary, to quote Roberto Luongo, my salary sucks. His salary is big. It's a big hit to the cap, but he is arguably the only person in the league, at least last year or this season, that actually earned his cash. Don't talk to me about Matthews.
That is true.
Those guys did not show up in the playoffs. The two people that showed up in the playoffs that made a difference on their teams were Vasilevsky and Carey Price. And Carey Price is the $10.5 million echelon that was able to do anything.
Yeah, and I like what Gibby was saying too. Like, first of all, Kate, one thing we probably know is that Weber is probably headed for LTIR, and who knows what his future is in hockey. It looks like he may have reached the end of the road, which is a good thing for us. Frees up a lot of cap space. Now, if Carey Price is headed in that same direction, man, the possibilities that the Habs could have with an already pretty strong core and good defense, man, it's crazy. Like these next few weeks and months will be very interesting. I'm really excited to see how it's going to play out because I already like the way the team looks, but freeing up some more cap space could be amazing, and as how do I feel? I'm okay with Weber being done. Love the guy. Think he is a great player, but I think he's reached that end, and we knew that this would happen. It's a lot of hard miles on his body. This might be the end for him, and I'm okay with that. For Carey Price, I mean, if he gets claimed, it's going to be tough. But at the same time, I could look at it from the other lens and say, maybe this is something that we could still come back from. This is something that could benefit us. Not saying that I want it to happen, but at the same time, I'm not totally against it. I do see I don't think it's like a oh shit moment. I do think that there is some good that we can build off of it just because of the amount of money it frees up.
Yeah.
But
No,
I think with
I
just
agree.
Weber stepping away, I think it is enough for me. Like I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think the only time you're ever going to get rid of a contract like Carey Price is you're not going to get it through trade. So this would be your really your only opportunity if that's what you wanted to do. So again, I see that as a positive, at least on the money side. But and you say, well, we could spend it on UFAs, but UFAs want to come to a team where Carey Price is playing. See, it's like a catch-22. It's like once you remove Price and Weber from this team, does Montreal still look like an attractive place?
And another thing too is when people said, "Oh, Carey Price is done," I think this playoffs showed that he's not. Is he the best goalie in the world? Probably not. Probably Vasilevsky is, but it doesn't mean that Carey Price is not one of the best in the world. Where a lot of people thought that he wasn't. So I think that was something that raised a lot, and this may be the most that he's worth.
Yeah.
In the near future. Now, let's get straight to our Seattle Kraken. We all decided to draft our own squads here. So, Gibchenzo, how you want to do this?
Well, who wants to go first? Whoever wants
I'm
to
gonna
go first.
I'm going last for obvious reasons.
What?
All right, I'll
You
go
guys
first. I'll go first.
Okay, let me pull it up.
So we all went on Cap Friendly, and our listeners and whoever, you could just go to Cap Friendly. You could pretty much just go on there. You see what you got. You see what the players that are available. Draft your own fucking squad. It's kind of cool. We're doing this. I mean, I don't have a lot of research behind this. This is just me looking at what you need to fill and what the teams are offering, fitting it into the cap. Right? Okay. No problem. So my team goes as follows. So from the Nashville Predators, I drafted Matt Duchene. Guy who hasn't really lived up to his contract, but yeah, I thought that he's out there. He is a good player. Second, from St. Louis Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko. I mean, how could you not? If you're not going to take Duchene, I can understand, but Tarasenko, you got to grab him. You need a star. From Columbus, a guy who's real close to home here, Max Domi. Gibby, I don't know if you picked Max Domi, but I did. From the defending Stanley Cup champions, Yanni Gourde. Love Yanni Gourde. This is a guy that, I'm sorry, you can't give up. You got to take him. From the New York Islanders, Josh Bailey. Good player. Underrated. Josh Bailey is underrated. From Colorado Avalanche, Jonas Donskoy. Really like him. He's a guy I think that Seattle should have on their team. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, Brandon Tanev. From the New Jersey Devils, Andreas Janssen, a guy we've seen a lot of. Leafs, a former Leafs player, good player, guy who can play a little bit up and down the lineup, offer some skill. From the Vancouver Canucks, Jake Virtanen. I really like him. Think he's a solid pick. From the Arizona Coyotes, Tyler Pitlick. Like the kid too. It's tough to play against. Pure center who hasn't really worked out, but I do like him. Kyle Turris. I mean, guy was once a good player, really hasn't found a home. Maybe with a brand new, team, new look, he could do good. From the LA Kings, this kid I like a lot. Brendan Lemieux.
I like him a lot.
He is a tough kid, and it can't be all skill, guys. You need big, tough guys who are, bull nose type players. Brendan Lemieux, like Connor Sherry, another guy who comes really cheap on the cap, guy who hasn't really worked out since he left. I guess Pittsburgh was it? Or yeah, Pittsburgh I think or was it Detroit when he was actually doing well, and then he just really hasn't found his legs. From the Blackhawks, I like Ryan Carpenter, versatile kind of guy, plays center, can play on the wing. Another big boy from Calgary, Brett Ritchie. Again, you saw on Tampa Bay, Patrick Maroon, tough guys down the lineup. You need them. Brett Ritchie, I think, is a guy who could do it all. Mason Appleton from Winnipeg, again, a good player, good depth guy. I don't think we've seen the best out of Mason Appleton. He has been pretty good. Matt Nieto from San Jose, good solid player. And then from Carolina, Morgan Geeky,
Whoever
kid
the
who
fuck
really,
that is.
yeah, he is a kid that you keep your eye on. He's pretty good. Now, defense. Tony D'Angelo is out there. Fresh start. Kids got talent. I think everybody deserves a second chance. Maybe he can get it done. I mean, his name is there. We tried to get him. This kid is a talented kid. Maybe he can come to Seattle and not so high pressure market and smarten up. Shane Ghost to be here. He's got to be here. He's got to be here. I've always liked the player. Again, has kind of fallen off the track in Philly, but I like him. Colin Miller from the Buffalo Sabres, another, I think, solid defenseman. If from the Habs, Brett Kulak. I mean, just a guy who a lot of people argue to have in our lineup all the time. I think he's a solid pickup, and you're not paying a lot for him. From Detroit, Troy Stetcher, big boy, solid defenseman, still has can improve. I like that selection. From the Leafs, Travis Dermott, again, another guy who kind of fell down the depth chart in Toronto, but I think that is a solid player. A more experienced guy in Andre Sekera. Yeah, you need experience on the blue line, and I think he's a good guy to go along with the youngsters. Hayden Fleury, our boy Cale Fleury's brother, once played for Carolinas with the Ducks now. He is good. This kid is a good player. And Connor Clifton from the Bruins. This kid is a good player. I don't think the Bruins want to see him go. And when it comes to goaltenders, Capo Kakinen is a great prospect from Minnesota. I mean, I think that this is a guy you need to get. We already know Chris Drieger is going to be selected. So that's kind of a cheat, but from Florida. And then I'm going to take Marcus Hogberg from Ottawa.
Interesting.
Going a little bit young in goalie, but that's, I kind of went with building up front and getting yourself some good quality forwards and defensemen and some good young prospects. Because goalie, sometimes going with the veteran, you never know what's going to happen. Why not go with a young guy who has a lot of potential? So that was my squad.
Okay. So I guess I'll go next then.
Sure.
Okay. So here's my squad. I went a little. Lewis, you and I had a couple picks very similar. So I went from Buffalo. I went Kyle Okposo, good player, higher cap hit. I was trying to get to the cap floor. I ended up going Adam Henrique, another good solid center. Good two-way player. And then if he needs a change of scenery, Jonathan Drouin, I picked him up. Obviously, he's a good player. I mean, we all have seen him play. Inconsistency, and obviously whatever happened to him this year, had a down year. And then your boy Lewis, I went with Max Domi. For some reason, he hasn't panned out in all of his adventures. He was left exposed. It's kind of weird, but I mean, yeah. And then I went with Yanni Gourde as well. Good player. I think if he doesn't get picked, he's gonna still get traded because a lot of teams are probably gonna be looking at him. One of them being Montreal. Good skilled guy. And then from Colorado, I went Jonas Donskoy. I mean, he's a good player, decent cap. He's a solid third line guy.
Oh, you didn't go with Nathan McKinnon like me? Or?
No, I didn't. I mean, I just wanted to make the cap floor. I didn't want to blow the team out. But yeah, and then From Pittsburgh, I went Brandon Tanev. I mean, he's a good role player. Can't go wrong with that. Like him a lot. And then from Detroit, I feel like this is going to be a low-key good pickup. I went Vladislav Nemesnikov. Low
Guy
cap.
who kind of left Tampa when he was on one of the best lines and never really gained his feet again. But
He did all right in New York. But yeah,
not bad.
$2 million. He's a pretty versatile guy. He can go up and down the lineup on center, left.
I like the
any
player.
winger.
I do.
And then from Boston, I went Chris Wagner. A solid fourth line guy. Good role player. Yeah. Decent cap hit, so went there. And then I went Julien Gauthier, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce things. Good young player. Still an RFA coming up. Low cap. Think he's going to be a good fourth line guy for now. And then I went Ryan Zingle from Ottawa, another guy he's obviously a free agent, but I think they're going to pick him and possibly try and work out a deal. Maybe Zingle wants a little bit of a change of scenery again. I don't think he wanted to go back to Ottawa. And then I went Casey Cizikas, a really good player. I actually know the kid. Played football and rugby against him. Yeah, good kid. Another free agent, so we'll see if he wants to change the scenery up and go there. Solid fourth line center. Really, really good fourth line center. And then I went Freddie the Goat, former Leaf. Good fourth line guy again.
Freddie the Goat.
Yeah.
Damn. You got two Goaches on the fucking team.
Yeah, you gotta go with it, man. You gotta go
Two
with
goats.
it.
He's gonna go.
Yeah.
Gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And then I went Ryan Donato, an RFA, good young player still, really good, capable player who can move, probably middle six guy. And then I went Eric Holla, good player, can score some goals.
Eric Holla got picked by the Knights. He's just getting fucking picked by every expansion team, huh?
Yeah, he's a good player, another good player. And then I got Matthew Perreault, good third line guy. Obviously, he's a UFA, but it is what it is. Hopefully, they can sign him. I went a few guys that are UFAs, but we'll see. Yeah, and then for defense, I mean, you can't really pass up Mark Giordano if he's available. Good older guy, but he's a good veteran guy that'll help the younger guys that I went with. And then Calvin DeHaan from Chicago, solid D-man again. Oscar Klefbom, obviously he's on the IR, so you can probably even LTIR him, and then possibly sign a guy in free agency. I went Ollie Mata, a guy that hasn't really panned out very much. I felt like he kind of settled down in LA. Yeah, and then I went Robert Haig. He's a solid middle pairing guy. And then Travis Dermott, obviously young, still has some term to his contract. That's obviously a contract you want to pick up. Although they're saying that Alex Kerfoot's going to be picked. Yeah, and then I went Travis Hamonic, another guy that's a UFA, but I think he probably wants to go somewhere. I think he wants to stay out west, so maybe Seattle might be a pick ring for him. And then I went Jamie Oleksiak from Dallas, another solid D-man.
You're talking about Penny's brother.
Yeah, Penny's brother. For those that don't know, Penny Oleksiak, amazing Olympian. And then I went Jake Bean from Carolina, solid young player. He's an RFA. They can sign him. That'd be awesome. Ryan Murray, another veteran guy who's been around the league for quite some time. Obviously, injuries has plagued him, but hopefully he can turn it around. And then another guy that I really like, I really hope that the Habs can get him if he's not picked by Seattle. Another RFA, Vince Dunn, 24 years old, young left-handed D-man, big boy. Not big boy, sorry, but he can move the puck really well. He's Victor Mete with some offensive flair. And then for my goaltenders, I went young. I went Capo Kakinen, obviously. I mean, 24 years old, good prospect goalie. And then I went Vitek, Vanacek, 25-year-old, another guy who's really young who can probably perform. Wasn't expected to play in the NHL this year, but he ended up playing due to Lundqvist, was it? Got hurt, so they ended up calling him up, and he did all right. So if all goes well, I think you stick him in the AHL, and then you got your starting goalie, Chris Drieger. I think we all kind of know that he's going to be picked. So, yeah, that's my team. I was 18 million in cap space left over. I made the cap floor, so I'm a GM now.
Yeah, so me, I went a little bit on win now type of thing where I think I had about like 4 million left, just enough to navigate. And I'll be honest, they're probably gonna go the direction of that Gibby's going more, which is like cap floor type thing. But I mean, why not? If you got the money, spend it. But again, you went UFAs, a lot of UFAs, this and that. So we'll see what happens. But if you can get a free player, why not? That's already under contract.
Yeah.
Vinny.
So I went a complete different direction than you guys. You see, I wanted to, out of spite to Gary Bettman, who sucks, I wanted to create a team as bad as the 1992 Ottawa Senators expansion team. That team was, oh God, it was terrible. I was very young, and I still remember that team being fucking shitty. So it's hard to do. It's actually easier to put together a better team than to do this, because you have to actually hit the cap floor, which I did remarkably because I took on some really, really, really big contracts. So about like at 49 million. So here we go. So the real deal, James Neal, age 33, right wing, left wing. Perfect guy to start off with. I had
the face of the franchise.
No, Milan Lucic is the next guy I chose.
Holy fuck, the guys who got traded for each other.
There you go.
Sticking them on the same squad.
To be fair, Tyler Johnson, just because I can't stand fucking playing against them anymore, so fucking send him there. Everybody knows this guy, 29-year-old Jonas Donskoi from the Colorado Avalanche.
Donskoi,
yeah, good player.
Donskoi, yeah. From Buffalo, Zemgus Girgensons. I can't even pronounce it.
Girgensons.
He's not bad.
He's a solid player.
He never
panned out.
panned out yet.
Let's
Look at
hope that continues.
Carlson though. So
Kevin Stunland from
Columbus
the Blue Jackets. Christian Fisher from Arizona. Wayne Simmons from Toronto. Yeah,
hey,
Wayne Simmons from Toronto.
Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne, yeah. So he could play up front. Matt Nieto from the San Jose Sharks.
Hey, I picked him.
Yeah, but did you pick Curtis Lazar?
I didn't, but I've seen some experts pick him.
Yeah? Well, I'm no expert, but I wouldn't want him on my team. Morgan Geekie. I did take him.
Hey,
from Colorado.
Why? Because you just like the name.
I like his cap. Like his cap hit is 750,000. He's only 23 years old. He might be able to get them somewhere at some point.
He's actually not a bad prospect.
Yeah, I know. But Dominic Toninato from Winnipeg.
Toninato.
Of
course, he's gonna go with the hometown Italian.
Of course, man. Martin Fruck from LA.
Hey, Furk. Remember Furk? He's actually not bad.
Furk off, Mr. Leahy. Justin Dowling from the Dallas Stars.
From the Dallas Stars, Dowling.
37-year-old Valtteri Filppula from Detroit.
Mm-hmm. Furk and Filppula reuniting.
Yeah. Patrick Batchkov from Florida. And my favorite and yours from the Nashville Predators, Michael McCarron.
Wow.
Jesus.
All right. So defense, I'll go quick through this. So PK Subban and his $9 million. I mean, I needed to hit the cap floor, so that was a no-brainer. I went with a good player here, Marcus Pettersson from the Penguins. Marco Scandella.
Another Italian.
Another Italian.
I just took him because I like him. But I hope he sucks with the Kraken. Jacob Larson. From
another good
is
player.
it Jakub? Yeah. Okay. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. Halen Chatfield. Did I pronounce his name right, or is it Jalen?
Fucking Jalen.
Jalen. Okay, so it's not Halen. All right, Jalen from Vancouver.
It's probably Galen.
Well, it's a J.
That sounds like a G.
It's a J.
Go ahead.
I'm doing my GIF thing. Ian Cole from Minnesota. From Montreal, one of our best defensemen, John Merrill. God bless. From the Ottawa Senators, Cody Golubeff. And I took Brandon Crawley from the Rangers.
Mr. Crawley.
Dude, that is a good defensive squad right there. Goaltenders, I went with Malcolm Subban because I wanted absolutely to, him and his brother to play together finally. They'll do well in Seattle. I mean, I heard they both like Starbucks and shit, so I mean that's perfect. I went with Zachary Fucale because fuck, why not? Zach Fucale would be a great number 2. And from New York Islanders, I took Ken Appleby, and I took an extra goalie just for fun, Felix Sandstrom from Philadelphia. So this team right here, I don't think they'll be as bad, unfortunately, as the 92 Ottawa Senators, but this is a really stinking hockey team right here. And you know what? Fuck you, Gary Bettman. This is for you. This is what I think about you and your fucking league. Because an expansion team, I'm sorry, guys, should not be good first coming in. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't give a shit if you're trying to build a fucking franchise in a non-traditional market. Whatever your excuse is, I don't expect that, bringing a basketball team to Montreal, for instance, and giving them like a chance to win at the end of the year. It doesn't make any sense to me. So why do we do it in hockey for? Bothers the shit out of me.
I like what you did, Vinny. I do like what you did, and you think that that's what an expansion team should really look like instead of the new rules. I like what you did. I think that's a good perspective. But also, should an expansion team be in the playoffs or in the Stanley Cup Finals? Fucking 2 out of like the fucking last, its first 4 seasons, probably not, right?
Dude, we've been fans of this franchise like all our lives, right? The first time they actually went to a fucking final in 28 years. Vegas fans have been there already, right? I mean, it doesn't make freaking sense, and they've been around since 2017, man.
I agree. I like what you did, Vinny. I like what you did, Vinny. But let's end it off here with Vinny's Madon tweets of the week. Vincenzo?
Are you putting them up, Gibby?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
So I can't really see them. Is that normal?
Can you see him now?
No, I just see you 3.
What do you mean?
I don't see them.
That's fine. So you can still read them.
Read them, yeah.
Oh no, okay.
I have it on the stream.
All right. So we're going to start off with Mike Commodore.
I'm legally blind.
So Mike Commodore, what's going on?
I had to restart because you
all right. you got to lower it a bit, lower it. Folks, I hate to say it, but Canada is straight up a joke right now. Missed another flight, denied. My COVID test was expired by 30 minutes. What a disgrace. We should all be embarrassed to be Canadian right now. What a joke.
You guy's a fucking idiot. So stupid.
Listen, you're complaining about you know what? First world problems. This is what it is, you fucking bacala. All right? Shut the fuck up, man. Next one, Kraken. This is from Kraken are living rent-free in my head. Step 1. Some media guy mentions that the Habs are supposedly interested in a middle-tier player. Step 2. Habs Twitter spends hours dissecting his stats and potential return. Step 3, another media guy says there's no truth to it. Step 4, repeat step 1 but with a different player. That tweet is
That is good.
brilliant.
That's classic.
Brilliant.
That's good.
Sean Warren, hearing from French sources, I don't even know who this guy Sean Warren is, but he's wearing a tank top. I don't know if
He's wearing a Vancouver
I don't know.
tank top.
Is it Vancouver? All right,
Yeah,
so
it's the old classic Vancouver Canucks one.
oh, that's what it is, eh? So hearing from French sources that if Carey Price is taken by Seattle, thus freeing up his contract, the Canadians are eyeing an offer sheet to Elias Peterson. Listen, I don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't. Look, first of all, who are your French sources? Are they from France or are they from Quebec? Like, define French. There's also like the Virgin Islands. There's the French Virgin Islands.
They're probably from Belgium because
they speak French in Belgium too. Like from French sources. Who is this guy? Anyways, next one from March. At for fuck's sake price. July 14th, one Elliot Friedman. July 15th, one Elliot Friedman. July 16th, one Elliot Friedman. July 17th, 76 Elliot Friedmans. July 18th, one Elliot Friedman. Seriously, these fake accounts, dude. Like, I don't have time. I don't have time to even care about one account.
It's
How do
so
these
fucking
people
annoying.
take the time to do this? Like, what do you get out of it? You get a big. I fooled a couple of people. Yeah, okay, a couple of people are idiots.
It's so fucking
Fuck, get a
annoying.
life.
but just that is enough to make them happy.
Yeah, man, it's so fucking annoying.
What? That's a fucking sad existence, bro.
Bro,
Yeah, right.
it's a sad existence, bro.
Michael G. So he's got a Tampa Bay Lightning AV. And he said he was referring to a Montreal Canadiens, the thing about the LTR with Montreal Canadiens, and he said expansion draft circumvention. This is #1 bullshit. Bro, you're a Lightning fan, right? Shut the fuck up!
How about the reply from Cole Baggins?
I think you should. Yeah, from Cole Baggins. I think you should refrain to comment on anything related to cap circumvention.
Yeah.
Like, are
Yeah,
people
really.
literally? Are people really this stupid? Like, are you that fucking blind? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know how people could even do that. Whatever. The last one is a picture, and it's hard to actually see this, but if you see it online, it's Mark Bergevin holding a stick with a carrot, and on the carrot is Carey Price, and you see Seattle Kraken's Ron Francis trying to grab the carrot. I thought that was pretty funny. Anything
pretty
to
good.
do with, I mean, that's great. Let's hope this stays because Carey Price has to retire a HAB, in my opinion. But that's Vinny's Madonna tweets of the week, bro.
And now for your nice ladies and gentlemen.
I love how you're wearing a TFC jersey, by the way. I just realized that.
Yeah, man, I love this jersey.
All right, boys. Yeah, that was Vincenzo's. Before we go here, I want to ask you guys one question.
What?
A summer question. Which is the sunniest province in Canada? Sunniest
Sunniest?
province.
Well, it's not BC for sure.
Maybe Saskatchewan?
Vinny?
Manitoba.
Manitoba is correct.
I knew it was one of the two. There's no way that it's out west or out east. They get rain all the time.
The reason I said
Winner, Gagnon.
The reason I said Manitoba is because they have such bad luck. Really cold winters, really sticky summers. They have to win at something,
Yeah,
right? So
you gotta
there
win.
you go.
They do.
You gotta win.
Guys, listen to all Habs fans out there. It was a fantastic year.
Mhm.
Keep your heads high. It is going to be a good off season. I can't wait for the next season where hopefully everything's back to normal. I'm proud of the fucking team. Happy to be back here with you guys potting, and I'm happy that we have a lot to fucking talk about in the next few weeks. We do.
Yeah.
There's a lot gonna happen. It's gonna be a busy
Absolutely.
summer.
I gotta fix the Twitch stream. Something's fucked up with it. I gotta figure it out. For some reason, it's not doing it. We're on YouTube and obviously on Dean Blundell Twitter right now. But yeah, we get a lot of our fans on the Twitch. Yeah, Sorry, boys. I got to figure it out. I'm trying to Google it and whatnot. And yeah.
No problem. You're forgiven. But guys, I got to go.
Yeah.
Love you guys. It's been a great show. Again, we'll be back, next week?
Yeah, I mean,
because there's a lot happening.
About,
yeah, we got to talk posted draft, Seattle expansion draft, right? And then a little bit of free agency.
Yeah.
All right,
little
boys.
Thing, if Price stays, I'm wearing my Price jersey backwards.
Sure.
Okay, that
sounds good.
That's for sure.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Love the fans too. Bye-bye.
See y'all later.
How does it feel to treat me like you do when you laid your hands upon me?
Bye, have a great time.
Okay, guys.